Hi everyone, welcome back to my God of War Ascension Titan video guide walkthrough. In this area we have some more of these beetle bugs, and we also have that hive that's to the left. So this is entitled the Cistern, and from what I remember, a cistern is some kind of like a jar that holds water or some other kind of liquid. It might be the cauldron that holds the next element that we're going to be acquiring, but I haven't got enough into this chapter to know what exactly they're talking about, but that's what I remember from my studies as a English major. Anyway, so once we take out those bugs, then we're going to be heading up here. There's going to be some items to grab, so make sure you definitely grab those. So there's the cutscene, and we're going to be acquiring the ice element, and it was a rather quick acquisition in my opinion, but I'm not faulting the game for it. It's fine. So you want to head over here, and there are 2 red orb chests as well as this Gorgon. I think this is a Gorgonite, or it might be I can't remember exactly. But yeah, a Gorgonite. So that's the 6th one we've got of those, and smash these chests up here. And now we're going to be interacting with, I think, oh no, the snake. The snake riding is a little bit later. So just keep rolling up here. And then what do we have up here? Oh yeah, some more bugs. And then I think we have a sliding section. There's one sliding section in this game that I really don't like towards the end of the game. There's no checkpoint on it. It's kind of how they had some flying sequences in God of War 3. In fact, it's probably just about the same thing as far as comparing like kind of different things that aren't part of like the main kind of game. And those flying sequences are murder on chaos mode. Whenever I talk about God of War games, I'm talking about them on the highest setting, so don't I think that I'm just comparing any of the other games on normal or whatever, because if you played this game on normal mode, it just wouldn't be any fun, not for me anyway. It would only be fun if I had never played God of War and had no frame of reference, because Titan mode, it's the only thing that I can enjoy, because it's a fun game. I'm not saying it's not fun, whatever the circumstances are, but when I play a game, I like to be really challenged. So hard mode and Titan mode is really, even hard mode wasn't doing it for me. So I knew that I needed to unlock Titan mode and to truly start having some fun, because I'm not a masochist, but I like dying in a couple hits. I don't like taking so many hits to die. And this is a really hard battle up here. What we have is a bunch of goat men, and we're going to be acquiring this magic. And I left it on the screen for a minute because I wanted to read it. Hopefully I can read it before I click on the X button up here. It says you can break blocks, and it allows for breathing underwater. And it says freezing enemies yields... I missed it right there. What did it say? Sorry about that, but I think those are dictated by circumstance and luck. I'm not sure. So anyway, what we have here is a large group of the goat men, and I think the reason that you can't use the magic, like they don't give you like a trial run, like a test drive of the magic like they do in the other games, is because unlike the fire element, the ice magic, the lightning magic, and the Hades soul magic, those magics aren't unlockable until the very last upgrade. So this game kind of forces you into not using magic very much with the other elements. But I mean, it's all well and good with the fire element, but I was having a blast playing this battle. This was fun, and I died probably 10 times, and you are gonna die if you're not spamming the R1 button. Because these are grabbable enemies. All you really need to do here, if you don't want to have fun and you just want to get through this, right there, that was an accident. A lot of people have that problem. They're holding the L1 button, and then they're hitting too soon without releasing the button, and it thinks you're doing the L1 plus square move. But yeah, I would really recommend, if you want to have a blast playing this game, don't just spam the R1 button and press circle, because you can if you want to, and if that's how you want to get through the game, it's fine. It's your own prerogative. I'm not going to diss you. Play however you want to. This guide is not for me to tell you how to beat it. It's just for you to watch for entertainment if you want. And probably a lot of people are going to need help though, and that's why they're coming to this guide. And that's fine. I would really practice the parry. This is a great opportunity to practice your parries here. You're not going to get every parry. You really have to. It's kind of it's not one of those parries where you're doing it as like in God of War 3. It just, I don't know, it just felt a lot more natural than you wouldn't have to go into a particular stance. In this, it was more of an offensive thing as opposed to this game here, where it's mostly you're using it like you're guarding and the enemies are ganging up on you, and you're just using it as a defensive move to get them off of you. Like right here, see, they're all, this guy, he was jabbing at me right there, but there's many times in this whole sequence of battles that they're just overwhelming me and I have to block, and I might as well parry to do that nice counter attack where I get all the enemies off me. So it's definitely more of a defensive move in this game. But I said it wasn't one of the things I liked about God of War Ascension, and it kind of isn't. But I'm just letting them do what they want to, because I know this is kind of one of those games in between Ascension, or excuse me, in between God of War 3 and 4. They're gonna make a God of War 4. It's inevitable, and I can't wait for that. It'll be the highlight of my whole existence. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. I don't know. I'm a fanboy, truly, because I know I'm biased about these games because I love them so much, and I say that it's the game of the year and everything, and to me it is. But I know that it's not perfect, but I don't know. I really don't know. It feels perfect. I know I'm biased though. But anyway, just try to have fun here. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to have fun. When you succeed, I stretch this battle out a lot, and I was even toying with some of the enemies later on. It's fun to toy with these guys, especially when you're wheedling the numbers down quite a bit. See, this guy's blocking a lot. That's nice. We don't just want these guys to be fodder to kill so easily. So one guy left. I'm gonna. Okay, so when they have the white halo over their head, that's kind of the same thing as just being able to grab them. But if they're already a grabbable enemy, it's not really much incentive to grab them. So here I was toying with this guy, and there's actually another guy in the upper left corner that I didn't even see, and I was just standing here waiting for some kind of a scene, and I'm like, there must be another guy. And look, sure enough, there's a guy up here. Definitely got stuck up there. Poor goat. Anyway, so now I'm going to, pressing the triangle button when you're latched onto them is going to do the move where you do that, and then he lets go of it. So if you just want to toy with him, just press the square button. You see right here, I'm just, he's pretty much meat at this point. I'm just tearing him up. So there we go. The battle's won, and we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun there, but it took me, I don't know, I died 10 or a dozen times. It's not a miss. I'm not going to say that I never die. The reason I have my health bar refilled here is because I restarted the checkpoint because I was exploring too much. I didn't want to have the guide to be so long. But I don't know. That doesn't always happen where you restart. It doesn't just always fill you up. I'm not sure why I did that. There's nothing to the left, but if you don't want to take my word for it, just go ahead and explore. Again, you don't have to do everything I say. This is just some guidelines to help you beat the game. Do whatever pleases you, because ultimately you're the one that bought this game, and hopefully it's a game that you love as much as I do. But a lot of positive feedback so far. I've only got about 3 or 4 of the videos uploaded to YouTube. It's not because I'm taking my time uploading them. It's because they take about 4 to 6 to even 8 hours to upload for a single video because of the high quality standards that I have. So that's the reason why sometimes there's some delays in the uploads, but always know that they're going to be coming. So anyway, so this is a transitional scene, and I always keep these scenes in because they kind of tell a story from point to point, and it's just some of like the narrative story, like anything that's just taking way too long, then I'll edit it out. But once the snake comes to a rest here, it's going to go to another transitional cut scene right here. It's not really a cut scene, it's just a scene that kind of transitions because it never really cuts out from Kratos. It just kind of transitions, for lack of a better word. But anyway, you're going to latch onto the building here, and this, I can't help but think it's kind of like Uncharted sometimes like this, but just these scaling of the buildings and stuff. But obviously it's not a gun game or anything like that, but it kind of reminds me of Uncharted sometimes. It just brings back to mind a lot of the beauty that's in Uncharted, of just the simple beauty of just scaling stuff and having fun. feeling that sense of vertigo and stuff. Anyway, here's a treasure chest, and then I think when we come back to a similar area like this, it's going to have an artifact or a note somewhere around here. It may put it up there for us, but not sure. But definitely, I will get it. Okay, so we're just going up this scaly spiral staircase here. Then when you get out to the left, after you get this note here, these are all just notes. All I do is I'm just picking these up just in case anybody wants to read them. I'm not letting them be on the screen too long, just in case people don't want to see them. If you want to see them, just rewind the video and press pause, and you could read them. If like me, you're not like a speed reader and can't read stuff very quickly. So we could pick up this item here, and there's a health box here. From this point on, you can't like not have an element selected. So normally by default, I just have the flame element activated because it's most similar to the blades, and it doesn't screw me up because there's some combo moves with the other elements that screw me up sometimes. But for by default, I just have the flame element on. So here are two chests. This one is a Gorgonite, so don't forget to pick this up.